Hi sewing friends, welcome to my sewing room. My name is Beth, and if you're new, welcome. I have been making some Christmas ornaments this year, and today's ornament is a little mitten using some odds and ends here in the sewing room. I have this fusible interfacing. I have the front and the back fabric and ribbons, laces, and some rickrack here. I'm using the interfacing just to give the fabric more stability and make it a little more stiff as it hangs there on the tree. You could also stuff your ornament with a little stuffing, but this is the way I'm doing it. First thing I did was, after drawing a very simple pattern of a mitten, I traced that onto the smooth side of the interfacing. After cutting out my shape out of the interfacing, I'm going to press it onto the back of the front fabric, and I need to place it where I will have enough room for a seam, because I'm going to be sewing right next to the interfacing. I don't want the interfacing in my seam, and it did work better when I used a little spray. I sprayed water on this cotton piece of fabric, and that worked a little better to get my mitten interfacing to adhere to the back of the fabric. You are supposed to use a steam iron. That's what's recommended. So I cut it out real generous. I have a real generous area there around my mitten, and I will trim that later. Before I put my mitten together, I want to add all those embellishments. So I will be adding my ribbon and rickrack, just trying to align it with the straight edge of the top of the mitten. I got to my last piece of ribbon here. I think it went off track a little bit. It's not quite lined up, so I needed to remove just a few stitches to get that ribbon back on track. Now I'll put my right side and my wrong side, or my back side of this ornament together, and as you can see, that seam allowance is very large because I will be trimming after I sew these two pieces together. As you can see, I'm using the edge of that inner facing as my guide as I sew around this mitten, just sewing right next to the edge of the inner facing. Trimmed away quite a bit here where the thumb and the rest of the mitten come together in that deep valley there. I want as little fabric as possible, but I also don't want to cut away too much. It's a little bit tricky, but I was able to get this trimmed, and then I'll turn this mitten right side out. I pulled out some matching thread because I'm going to be top stitching on the opening on the top of this mitten here, and I got my ribbon to hang this ornament with. I put a little knot in the bottom, and I will tuck this into the mitten, and then I will top stitch all the way along that opening. I did add more embellishment to the first mitten I made, which I think is kind of cute, but I wanted to see what it would look like without that as well. Have fun with your little leftover pieces in your sewing room, and this turned out so cute. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.